All right, now that we've determined how we figure out how old fossils are, let's try and rank them according to how old they are. So the time scale is based off radiometric data. Scientists have proposed a timeline for the history of the Earth. They've divided it into four primary eras. The Archaeozoic, which is oldest, which is also called the Precambrian period, the Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic. These are definitely not to scale down here. They are going to be separated far more. But the oldest one, the Archaeozoic, oldest known rocks and fossils. Now, this has animals without backbones listed, such as jellyfish, worms, and sponges, bacteria, and blue-green algae. Now, with this one, the bacteria and blue-green algae, these ones are actually going to have to come first. Bacteria are the oldest known organisms on the planet. And then as they evolved into blue-green algae, then they developed the ability to photosynthesize. That had to come first. We had to get photosynthesis happening so that we can get one major element that wasn't present for a long time, and that element is oxygen, O2. We had to have that for other life to survive. The jellyfish, the worms, the sponges, they were not living without that. Now when we get into the Paleozoic era, we're estimating, estimated from 248 million to 550 million years ago. Now, that seems like a long time. But when we estimate the actual relative age of the Earth, we're looking somewhere over 4 billion. That's with a B. So from 4 billion years up to 248 to 550 million years ago, so half a billion, that means over here, if we go back, this one's going to be 3.5 billion years old. That is a long era. Now, some of that isn't going to have any of this. A good chunk of this, probably 3/4 of it, is not going to have any life on Earth. So we've got to keep that in mind. This Archaeozoic era also includes times where there was no life on Earth, which is the longest chunk of history. Now, the Paleozoic era, we're still talking about roughly 250 million years to 300 million years. So, this thing keeps moving around on me. So, animals such as fish, amphibians, and insects, algae, simple plants, first conifers. So that's what we're going to see with here. Nothing really of substance. These are going to be smaller ones, mostly related to the water. Simple plants. So now we're getting more oxygen, where now we can now see some larger animals. So, Mesozoic. From 65 to 248 million years ago, this is the age of the dinosaurs. Animals are going to be mostly reptiles and birds, first conifers, and first flowering plants. These things are all changing. It's all based off of evidence, remember. This is the fossils that we have. So, once again, this is going to be a little shorter. Just under 200 million years is the span of this. So we've got 3.5 billion, 300 million, 200 million, and then the Cenozoic era, 65 million. By far, this is the shortest era. And out of that 65 million, humans have only been around, let's say organisms similar to humans have only been around for less than 2 million. So, this is when the age of mammals, anything that even comes close to mammals, is going to be in the past 65 million years. We're going to see flowering plants, mammals, and birds. So all of these things are working out to where this is definitely the shortest era of all of them, to where a lot of the life as we know it occurred in this short period of time, if you think 65 million years is short.